Welcome back, everyone, to the Nexus Gaming Series. DB Smiley here. We are casting some Division A West action. Going to be the real Ultimate Mosh Pit versus Stepdads. And already a Medivh ban, as is customary here in Division A. It is no match has truly begun until Medivh has been banned. So now that we got that out of the way, let's go ahead and start the match. Map 1 going to be Cursed Hollow. Map 2 going to be Battlefield of Eternity. Hopefully it doesn't last an eternity, as it's kind of getting late on the East Coast and they have to go to work in the morning. Look at the second ban. Hanzo, very strong on this map, could be banned. Phoenix, okay. Not amazing, but okay. Could see a Diablo ban. Could even see a Stukov ban. I'd probably expect one of those. Maybe a Maiev. Maiev is also powerful, though not. I wouldn't say not uniquely on this map. Gank potential is there, but the lane rotations are long enough that the ganks are a bit harder to execute effectively. What direction do we go with this? It's gonna be Maiev ban. Okay, so not wanting to deal with it. I mean, the team fight potential of Maiev is exceptional, and if you're not comfortable playing around, it can be difficult. That is going to be the first pick Hanzo, which is the direction I expected to go, especially in light of the Maiev ban. Hanzo just incredibly powerful as a ranged assassin right now. Best ranged assassin in the game. Next set down, next tier down is going to be the Phoenix, the Junkrat, the Greymane. Still high tier, but not top tier. Diablo up. Very good on the map. Here goes Stukov. He's up. You don't really have to worry about Maiev Stukov combo, though. What with Maiev being banned and that. So, which direction are we going to head in? Let's see. Going to be Stukov Garrosh. So Garrosh taking priority over Diablo at the moment. Makes sense. He's still powerful. Sonya Malfurion on the other side. So getting the next top support, getting the best solo laner. So you have the best ranged assassin, the best solo laner, the second best support against the best support and arguably best tank. You could see a Diablo denial here. Although I don't know if the comp super synergizes well with Diablo. Joanna might be a better synergy for the side of the real Ultimate Mosh Pit. Or we could see a cow. Be nice to see the real Ultimate Mosh Pit land a real Mosh Pit. What will it be? Gonna be Diablo. Banned out. So denying that blow-up potential, which, you know, Diablo onto Stukov. It's not a fun time for the Stukov. Makes sense to ban it out. While they weren't really setting up a hardcore Diablo comp, still powerful. The stun potential, the percent-based damage onto the Garrosh is a good way to execute. You could have seen, like, a Diablo Greymane Cursed Bullet into a stun-happy fun time for Diablo. Not gonna get that. On the other side, it's gonna be what band? You could go Junkrat. Junkrat's gonna be able to poke well into the Gul'dan. Could go Greymane if you're worried about a dive onto the back line. Although Junkrat pairs very well with Garrosh. Gonna be the Dahaka, so denying the global. Thinking a global was coming. Worried about that potential. The globals have fallen off quite a bit. I still see a bit of Dahaka, not a ton, but a bit, quite a bit. I barely see Falstad anymore. Just because the other ranged assassins can do so much damage to him. I rarely see Falstad anymore. Brightwing kind of died with the double support meta. Got some huge buffs, got countered with some nerfs as well afterwards. What is going to be the picks? Varian.
We will forge a great destiny.
Well, okay, so they definitely want globals. Likely that was scouted by the side of the Real Ultimate Mosh Pit. So they are going to go into the Falstad. They are going to need another assassin that does quite a bit of damage. Potentially burst damage, so that could be the Greymane. But Greymane could also be picked up here by the Real Ultimate Mosh Pit. ETC can actually be decent into Garrosh Stukov. ETC good against the Garrosh, but you can also stage dive Stukov, and without his mobility, he's usually donezo. Or at least he's going to get caught in it. It's going to be the Junkrat. Going to be the ETC. I like those picks. ETC, good at dealing with the Garrosh. You have the Sonya to help be a frontline buddy. And then you have even more poke with the Junkrat, so you can actually sit back and poke. You have both Hanzo and Junkrat can stall a point for a very long time, so you could even see them give up the first shrine, keeping Sonya in lane to soak while they just poke to stall with Hanzo Junkrat and Malfurion. Actually, with Malfurion as well with the Moonfire, that is a lot of poke to interrupt. What's this last pick going to be? It's got to be pretty good DPS. You might want percent-based damage, so it could be a Malthael, but he would have a very hard time with the Junkrat. I almost think it's got to be something like a Li Ming or a Chromie. But that is just, you then don't really have any consistent damage. Could be the Phoenix. Phoenix is up. Gonna be the Jaina. So I guess Falstad's gonna have to be the sustained damage. It's gonna make him play a bit risky. But then Jaina gonna be the executioner off the stuns. So if they get a stun taunt into the Blizzard, that person could die pretty quick. The variant's kind of a curveball there, because they don't really have, I guess Falstad, I mean Falstad is their solo laner, but they don't have the best camp clear. Whereas it's decent camp clear inside of the Real Ultimate Mosh Pit. I do like the Real Ultimate Mosh Pit's draft a little bit better here. I don't hate Stepdads draft, but I'm surprised that Falstad was picked when he was. Globals have fallen off a bit. And I mean, now you have a global, but what are you going to be able to do with it? Because it's going to be very, very difficult to step up onto the point with all the poke from Junkrat and Hanzo. Stukov good at healing it, but it's going to be tricky. Anyway, we're going to move into this game. Real Ultimate Mosh Pit versus Stepdads. Over here on the right, just because they're doing a little dance, and that makes me love them. Going to be Dr. Holiday on Stukov, Bacon on Falstad, Woozy going to be on Jaina, Adamsk going to be on Garrosh, and Valiz going to be on the Varian. And over here on the left, Zarian going to be on the Junkrat, Sven going to be on Malfurion, Yatoya going to be on the Sonya, and Dendy Smasher going to be on the Hanzo, Dengstrom on the ETC. Pretty good synergy here. A lot of red. Sonya didn't go with a red skin. Feels bad, man. Meanwhile, though, moving straight into bottom. Varian already top, ready for the soak. Junkrat, though, spotted out the member, at least spotted out Bacon, certainly. Take a look at level 1s. Oh my god, holy stacking quest, Batman. 4 stacking quests on the side of Stepdads. Pretty standard talents, though, all the same. Here comes ETC rotating down. Standard talents by both teams. Interesting to see the war paint over the block talent. I actually think the block talent would be pretty good into the Falstad, who will likely go Giant Killer with that auto attack build, as well as the Varian. There's no real fast auto attacker. Actually, in the Sukov, I'm really surprised block wasn't taken, but it's not to say that war paint's bad. It's just we'll have to see how it can do. Falstad currently soaking the mid against Hanzo. Hanzo doing some good auto attack damage. Now Hanzo did go W build. Could still go into the Q talent, probably will at level 4. Unless they're really going to push boss, which they could do. Sonya grabbing the top siege, bot siege grabbed by Stu J. Good old Stu J. Stu J can actually be dope, though. Stu J post 13 with the root combo with a Blizzard follow-up is pretty dope. It is going to be a top tribute first. So this siege camp gonna have harder time getting value. Junkrat playing it safe, spots out with the root, pokes out with a grenade. Just a little check saying, I see you. I see you. I respect you, but I don't respect you. Get out of my face. But with that, siege camp gonna have to be cleared up by Junkrat, who is not the global. There is no global on blue. Bacon could fly down, actually. Not fly down, but run down to pressure up more. Gonna at least clear up the mid for the time being. Try to get some soak. Blue giving this one up. They're moving into their bruiser. Thanks from Dendy Smasher. They are gonna give this up. Utoya can't do it. Ooh, Utoya is actually hanging around a bit. Adams didn't actually go for the throw. Maybe juked a bit earlier, thinking the throw was there. It was not, however. So now that's a tribute, but Junkrat pushing in against the bot. Falstad gonna fly down. There's the W. Mine gonna launch Junkrat away, but he is actually pretty squish. Just let me check something. Falstad, 1728. Junkrat, 1709. So he's slightly squishier than Falstad. And doesn't have the shield talent. But during this time, we are seeing a push up here. Real Ultimate Mosh Pit going to invade down here. And Malfurion gonna go down in the process. Stepdads doing well, okay. Doing okay so far. Next tribute gonna be defensible position for the Real Ultimate Mosh Pit. Malfurion gonna be back up. But Falstad could fly in. Sonya is top as well. Now she's getting a lot of value. She's getting Cannon Tower there. But now starting to rotate in, although is that perhaps too late? Stepdad's in very strong position here. 5 people pretty close by. Now Sonya gonna be a little bit late, but could get value all the same. ETC is actually pretty good on this point, given the choke points, but there's a huge silence on the Dendy Smasher. Leap out of that one. You can't because you're silenced. Feels bad, man. Sonya gonna interrupt? Question mark? No. At that point, it was a good pick off there onto Hanzo. Really good power slide with the silence follow-up. Great coordination. Falstad gonna fly up to mid. Be able to defend this. Level 7s by both teams. Once again, now we did see the scattered arrow, so Hanzo going for that kind of solo camp clear ability over the wave clear. There's a power slide. Variant's down. Variant goes down, so it's going to be hard for Stepdads to take this point. They may just give it. Sonya is still top, though. She's going to have to rotate down. Falstad soaking the top lane. Although they probably could have kept Sonya top and just tried to win the 4v3. But if Falstad flew down, it would have been a 4v4 even fight. Wouldn't have been easy. So, playing the safer route. Meanwhile, though, boss being started here. Stepdads not wanting to take this fight. And it makes sense. I mean, even if you get the curse, if you don't have level 10s yet, it's really hard to get a ton of value off it. So this is going to be a boss trade. And it's going to give time for Stepdads to find level 10s here. They're going to have to come down to defend bot boss. Junkrat's actually done some pretty decent damage, as already these towers are down. So the fort is exposed. Meanwhile, up on top, only one tower down. Tribute going to be top left. So this does favor the real ultimate Mosh Pit. They're going to be able to be near the boss they have to defend. Falstad needs to be careful here. Falstad seeing the grenade, going to back off. Boss going to be cleared up on bottom, so it's going to be 2 for 2 on the tokens. The next token going to be of the utmost importance in terms of team fight. We do have Stage Dive, Leap, Riptire, Dragon's Air, Twilight Dream. So a Wombo coming out of the real Ultimate Mosh Pit, not getting the Mosh Pit from the real Ultimate Mosh Pit. False advertising, you fucking bastards. You bastards. But on the other side, we have the Warlord's Challenge, Gust, Shield Wall, Flailing Swipe, and the Water Ellie. Now, the Water Ellie is interesting, potentially to try to punish Sonya a bit. We'll have to see how much value that gets. Next tribute will be bot center.
Tribute or face my curse. The choice is simple.
Bruiser camp being picked up here. To me, a Bruiser grab to be able to rotate. That's going to generate some pressure. Siege camp is pushing up in the top, and now with the global from Dankstrom off the stage dive, he can join when Falstad tries to, and actually his global is a true global, whereas Falstad's is a partial global. Falstad did go with the Mighty Gust, seeing if he can bait out the stage dive and then gust and then fly. But here comes Dankstrom now. Diving in onto the back line. Dragon's Arrow only finds Stukov in the back. Power slide in. There's the good damage, and Dr. Holiday using a flailing swipe below 100 health, but surviving. Cue Aretha Franklin, because he is still alive. Too old for you kids? Maybe cue the Portal song girl. I can't remember her name. That's going to be Curse over to the side of Stepdad. So despite the level disadvantage, they managed to get the fight. Falstad going to have to clean up mid. Then have to clean up top. There's going to be a big push down here. Now it is 4v4. It could turn to a 5v5 if Sonya joins. So they got to be careful. There's the taunt onto ETC. ETC going to walk away. Sonya coming down though. This is 5 and they do have potential to leap here in about 20. So we are seeing the disengage come out. There's no fort to retreat to. So this is actually a very dangerous position for Stepdads. Top fort did go down during their own curse as well to the Falstad. So not an ideal situation as they get fort in bottom. They're going to now aim for fort in mid, or at least try to get the tower structure. Falstad going to fly top to deal with the siege camp. But there is the Wombo. There's the stage dive, leap, Riptire, Dragon's Arrow. A lot of tools to engage with, and a lot of tools to follow up on engage with. There's a big 3-man. The Dragon's Arrow is a miss. Big power slide into the face melt. Woozy gets deleted by the Riptire. Garrosh going to go down next. Valise extremely low. Doc Holiday, no items. Still alive for now. Nope, no, down he goes. Mighty Gust wasn't there to disengage that. The Mighty Gust will get value if it's in the fight, but the thing is, Falstad's global is a pseudo-global, technically. Whereas ETC's is a true global, in the sense that Stage Dive is completely rangeless, and Fly is not. Falstad flying down, going to try to get some pressure here in the bot lane. But they are going to lose a fort here. Even though they won a curse, that is actually devastating. Stepdads wins a curse, and they're down on structures. These Giants gonna get picked up. Bruiser Camp's gonna get picked up. These Siege Giants likely to be the next to get picked up. Pretty straightforward rotations here. Getting camps into lane. They'll get their siege, then they'll come and push up mid. I would imagine. No, they're gonna push straight up mid. They're not even gonna get their siege giants yet. No, Falstad's heading to it. Now Falstad up to 26 stacks, but so far hasn't really been there for the kills. But root combo is at play with Stukov now. And it can be pretty strong into the ETC. ETC has to approach a bit predictably sometimes. Otherwise, standard talent builds. Again, nothing exotic. Dragon's Arrow, once again, swing and a miss. Riptire gonna... Good Indomitable there by Adams. Into the taunt. There's a leap, power slide, trying to separate out. Adams very low. Can the heal come in? Adams still didn't get healed. Twilight Dream comes out, but it's actually 2 for 1. And now Denkstrom is in a little bit of trouble. Going to be able to use the face melt. Is he going to be able to get away? Power slide should buy him enough space. He does. That is going to be a tribute going over, though, to Stepdads. Garrosh paying the iron price for 2 kills there. It's good initiation, but that Dragon's Arrow, it just kind of keeps going through the uprights. It's going in between people, thinking that someone's going to step in, and you know, not getting the value they need with that. If that Dragon's Arrow lands, it's a completely different fight. It may be a 4-man wipe. Now there is this siege camp pushing up top, but Falstad is not moving to address it, and they're going to invade boss here, but I don't think they're even going to get there in time. So now someone's going to have to come up and clear the siege camp. Falstad heading to it, looks like. But it's getting real damage onto the gate now. Gate not as big a concern. Power's the bigger one. Boss, meanwhile, pushing up here. Getting some value. Boss and bottom getting cleared up pretty quick. Boss and top getting cleared up extremely quick. See how much value gets. Falstad has cleared up the top lane. ETC in position to channel. The boss is still here, and it's half health. So they're giving up a lot of health on their keep to take a fight down a talent tier just to prevent this curse. Police going for the channel. There's a leap to get the interrupt. Taunt, though, into the Blizzard, into a silence. Sonya goes down, stage dive, manages to collect bacon. There's a face melt separating out the members of the team. Flailing swipe to push ETC away. There's a root onto Valise, though, and this is a 5v4 situation. Level 16s are here now, getting picked up. There's the Super Strain as Stukov, an incredibly powerful tool. And that is a huge win for Stepdads. Sonya forced to leap in to get the interrupt, but immediately just got punished for it with the Blizzard combo. Now, ooh, good taunt. And the silences have been there. Dr. Holiday been on point. Great communication here from Stepdads, enabling Dr. Holiday to get those big silences. Because they've killed some agile heroes who otherwise would escape against pretty much any other support. And Stukov, their kills. Trying to get this keep, get the XP off it. Get the wall, I should say, not the keep itself. Groundbreaker completed. Still not there on Marksman. This late in the game, that's kind of surprising. Especially as much as Falstad has kind of been in the side lanes. But here we go. Junkrat trying to start the point. This is curse for Stepdads. The second curse of the game for them. They won 3 straight tributes there, which was just absolutely critical for them. Now they're pushing in top. They have the Siege Giants. Varian going to be able to step up. ETC can stage dive in. Does have it up. There's no leap yet, though. So one ult, they're down. Riptire comes out. There's the Mighty Gust into a stage dive on the bacon. Tries the power slide. Swing and a miss. Water Elemental turning around some damage. There's a root onto Varian. Big silence coming out, though, and that's going to be ETC going down. And it could be that Sonya the next to follow. There's an into the fray onto Woozy. Probably not the ideal target. Twilight Dream, good only able to turn around. Now Yotoya trying to turn around on Adams, but there's the damage from the Jaina. Yotoya down low once again. Hanzo coming to get back out with the damage. Siege Giants on the core. Meanwhile, Falstad pushing in the bot. Gonna be able to get this tower. But this is gonna have to be a disengage. And that was a decent curse. Got the walls. Got 2 keeps. Only bot keeps standing. So Stepdads, there was a point in this game it was pretty dire. They were down 15 to 16 with a boss on their keep. And it didn't do that much damage. They took a fight down those talents. And just because of a little bit of a late rotation by Trump, it just continued to kind of snowball, each thing kind of building off the last. As Sonya went down, that enabled some good push. Hanzo getting picked off, clearing the siege camp, or clearing the bruiser camp. And from there, they get the curse, and they get a lot done with it. As now ETC is going to have to be just split pushing the whole game to stage dive in. It's really going to telegraph the kind of playstyle they have to do, and it's going to make the engagements a bit awkward, not to say bad, but just they're going to have to be executed precisely just because of the potential to punish a stage dive with something like the flailing swipe. Or even just dropping a blizzard where ETC's coming in and dropping the water ellie. Could also happen. With the northern exposure, you can root there, so. Let's see. Going to be Dragon's Arrow only hits on the Garrosh. Boss already claimed. Adams getting cut off a bit here with the stage dive. There's the Blizzard taunt. Northern Exposure enabling a lot of damage. Flailing Swipe. ETC sliding back into the Blizzard. Garrosh has gone down. Mighty Gust trying to get people out. Woozy with the Ice Block. Now trying to get away. Varian a little bit low. Protected, by the way. The boss has come up, though. But level 20's here now. That said, Garrosh is down. Boss, though, is heading to core, and I don't think you can afford to stick around here. They can't. Dengstrom now in a load of trouble. Junkrat not there. Sonya gonna get the northern exposure. Falstad flying up. They're just trying to delay the back now. Anything they can do to delay back is a win, as the boss is on the core. Now, it's getting chunked pretty well by the Hanzo. Doing good damage, but core now taking real damage. Down to 81. And meanwhile, ETC got chased down up in the top. ETC has gone down. That could enable them with the 20s if they want to get really aggressive to push up. Now, they do have to negotiate Riptire, Dragon's Arrow, Leap, and Twilight Dream. It's a lot of wombo. But I think that's what this game's come down to, is that Trump went a very wombo-centric comp, and I don't think they've ever really gotten their wombo off. They've gotten pick-offs, but I don't think they've ever landed a wombo. And now boss can actually just be taken, most likely. ETC will have the stage dive, could join this fight. So starting boss, a bit risky with the burn they have, because even Falstad not even here with his auto attack damage. Eventually looking to backdoor core, maybe? No, he's going to fly in. That fly could telegraph the boss attempt. But Bacon in a good position to gust. There's the Dragon's Arrow. Play of the game comes in. Adams stepping up. Mighty Gust onto the Malfurion, separating out from the rest of the team. There's the leap. Here comes the stage dive. Finally landing that wombo, but Sonya goes down. However, so does Falstad. Junkrat pushing Adams away now, though. And now Valise in a full retreat. Woozy gonna get chased down by Dendy Smasher. But here comes the turnaround taunt. Can they get this kill on Zarian? It's gonna be close. Nope, Valise getting thrown away now. Adams on a full retreat. Good stun there. Adams getting body blocked here by Dengstrom. But for all of that mess, there's no kills except maybe the core. As now full backs here come in. ETC once again getting chased down. Good face melt. Core down to 68, taking real damage. This could be a dive on core. Huge power slide, 3-man. But now Dengstrom gonna absolutely get annihilated. Boss is gonna... Oh, there's a 3-man Mosh, but Boss is gonna finish the core. So I think it all came down to the late rotation here in the bot lane. This late rotation that allowed the pick off, that forced the Sonya leap, which got her picked off. Everything seemed to kind of snowball off of that. Hanzo pick off after that didn't help either. But, you know, it was a situation where Stepdads was low. They were down a talent here, forced to take a fight with a boss on their keep wall. And they won it. So great play there by Stepdads. Going up 1-0 in this series. We're going to take a brief break. We'll be back for game number 2 in just a second. Welcome back to the Nexus Gaming Series. DB Smiley here once again, taking the nightcap game, the second game of this double header. Stepdads pulled a big win up over the Real Ultimate Mosh Pit there, and that is a pretty important win, because as you're looking at it, in Division A West, both of these teams right now hovering in that 7-10 window. And that's really where the playoffs are going to be decided. So if the Real Ultimate Mosh Pit takes a loss here, and Stepdads wins, they're going to move up to 5 points. They'll be tied with the Real Ultimate Mosh Pit with the head-to-head advantage. So that would help them out for the playoffs. We're going to have to take a gander at those standings later in the week to see how it all starts to shake out. But the Real Ultimate Mosh Pit entered this game tied for 6th. Stepdads tied for 9th. So, see where it goes. Maiev Gonna be banned out here. Not wanting to deal with that. Medivh, once again, as is customary. Nobody likes Medivh. Sob. In fairness, Arcane Explosion is completely balanced. Kappa.
With every death comes honor. With honor, redemption.
It's gonna be the first pick Hanzo. Not at all a surprise on this map. Once again, best ranged assassin in the game is the best ranged assassin in the game. Could we see the... Now, Diablo can be strong. Grey Arash, though, can throw people into the stuns, which is something we saw the One Tricks do recently to a lot of effect. I casted them. Wonder how they've been doing. I haven't actually kept up with them. Moderate. But yeah, Garrosh can be picked up here. Throw people into the stuns from the Immortal. Always powerful. Go Garrosh Stew. The Stukov was very good in the hands of... Yeah, there's the Stukov. The Stukov is very good in the hands of Stepdads, so want to get it into their own hands here. It's going to be the Diablo and the Stukov. Again, top 2 tank. Really, between him and Garrosh, it almost seems just like a preference. The one advantage of Garrosh on this map is he can throw people into the Immortal stuns. Diablo can't as easily. Do we see the Malfurion here? Just to equalize and get your support. Gonna be the Sonya, getting the best solo lane. Pretty standard drafting, though. This meta has really started to solidify a bit, which is usually around the time people start getting bored with it. Certainly, we all know how much people like that Hanzo is in the game and as powerful as he is. But now what do you ban out here? If you want to potentially hard engage with something like the Greymane, they don't want to deal with the Jaina this time. Jaina was pretty effective. Not wanting to deal with that again. On the other side, what assassin do you want to ban out? Because presumably you're going to ban that. I doubt I'd see a warrior ban. Certainly won't see a support ban. Greymane is good Immortal Burn, good follow-up on Diablo. Phoenix also fits into that role pretty well. Greymane probably a bit more consistent, it seems, right now. I'd say probably between those two is the ban. Greymane, if you can separate him with the Garrosh, is going to almost certainly die. Phoenix could teleport away. Phoenix a bit squishier, though, with the CC. Junkrat could also be banned. But a ban out to Malthael. I can respect it. Malthael good on the map. Decent into the Sonya solo lane. It is still an assassin, so I technically didn't lie. But also the ability to poke onto the Immortal, which is something that, when you have a Diablo comp, you can actually struggle to do, because Diablo just wants to hard engage so much. But now, you gotta look at presumably picking up your ranged assassin, possibly your solo laner if there's one you prioritize, like Blaze. Could go Greymane Blaze here. It would be strong. Could go Phoenix Blaze, also. I think those are the two picks. I really want to see the Blaze here. I could maybe see a Leoric. Li Ming variant. It's a lot of blow-up potential, but... And I guess it gives you that poke onto the Immortal. With the Li Ming. I'm trying to think what the... I guess the variant can taunt Sonya out of her whirlwind if she gets separated. Taunt Garrosh if he starts to get low, but it's so hard to finish. Gotta grab a support here. Malfurion's up, but you don't have a ton of melee targets. You have 2, but into the Li Ming it can be a bit difficult. Could be a Lucio. Lucio deals with that poke damage well. I could make a case for both. Nature's Cure would be very, very useful into the Varian and the Diablo. Sound Barrier would be very useful, but could get interrupted by Silence pretty easily. Alexstrasza, I also makes a lot of sense. Zarya going with Triple Warrior. The Zarya I did not expect. Especially into the Variant who has that shield breaking talent. Man. Zarya is kind of out of left field there. It's good into the Li Ming, because you can predict the damage and shield the target. It burns the Immortal like the Dickens when you're at high energy. Pushes well with the Immortal. But without Li Ming feeding you energy, it's going to be very difficult to fight. It's going to be the Junkrat. I like that choice a lot. It'll make it difficult for Garrosh to step up. Sonya, if she tries to dive the back line, Junkrat's going to punish that. Good poke damage as well. My one concern is, without that Greymane, you now have Varian Diablo who want to blow up a single target, and you have Li Ming who can follow up with that. But Junkrat's, that's not really his game. That's not his MO. His MO is just to whittle the team down. But we'll see where we go here into this game. It's an interesting draft. I gotta say I like the drafts from both teams for kind of what they are. That's to say that I could see ways to improve both, in my opinion. I think if you replace the Junkrat with Greymane, it's an amazing comp. I think if you replace the Zarya with something like... I was going to say Greymane. Yeah, it's an interesting comp. I mean, we'll see how it goes. I don't even know what to make of it. But over here on the left, we have the real ultimate mosh pit. Thanks from on Diablo. Yatoya going to be on the Variant heading to top lane. Zarian going to be on the Junkrat. Sven going to be on Stukov. Dindy Smasher on that Hanzo once again. Or not on Hanzo, excuse me. Li Ming. Adams going to be on the Garrosh. Woozy going to be playing Hanzo. Bacon going to be playing the Zarya. Dr. Holiday on the Alexstrasza. And Valise going to be on the Sonya. So, we have a Zarya. Shield blown, no value. There is good shield value. Let's take a look at the talents. I'm going to guess Feel the Heat. It is. Block. W build out of Alex. Now, getting globes here can take a bit longer. You don't have the double lands. Not to say Alex is bad here. This is actually one of her better maps. Because it's harder to dive on this map. But over on the other side, Varian going High King's Quest. They mean going with that spell armor. What? Spell armor. What's the spell? What? Okay. But otherwise pretty standard builds. I'm very surprised by spell armor. Zarya's auto attack damage. Sonya's auto attack damage. Hanzo's auto attack damage mostly. I guess his spells do decent damage. Going with the redemption though, so auto attack focused build. Oh shit, I'm in the wrong whoopsie daisies. Caster fail. Poop in the bed. Poop in the bed. But overall, you know, turning into a bit of a poke war, as we expected. Let's see where this one goes. Good shield there on Adams. Now Bacon stepping up, but actually Bacon's shield is already down. Full health though, or full energy though. Pushing up, just kind of keeping an eye on this top lane. We did see a rotation top of Diablo just to cap those siege giants. Slow down Sonya's rotation here into this fight. Now let's see who's going to rotate into their bruiser camp. Bacon heading up, as is Woozy. Should be able to clear pretty quick. Once again going with the serrated arrow, but didn't take the level 1 talent for that. So not going to be able to stack as much damage. Still, it's good damage, but it's not amazing damage.
I shall purge your
Here we go now.
from this land, demon.
Top already getting sieged up on. Good damage. Already just chunking this. Already down about 5k HP before anyone even gets here. Big lead. Bacon not getting fed the shields though. And so not getting that big energy to kind of force a fight. Meanwhile, Hanzo starting to work on the rotation. Rotation coming top to deal with bruisers. Nobody has gone bottom yet to deal with bruisers. Valise may have to do that. So even if you get halftime here on the side of Stepdads, Trump could have an advantage heading into this next phase. They've already cleared bruiser. Sonya heading down. Gonna get Alex heading down as well. If they can just get the summoner, it should be okay. Defensive positions. Adams, though, a little bit out of position at the moment. Bit of a miss there by Dendy Smasher. Indomitable gonna be popped, though. There's a good charge over the wall by Diablo. Alex Strasser gonna be able to save Adams. Turn around there. Adams gonna get the big heal and already full health. But now they force defense here on the side of Trump. Ooh, good flip. Oh no, Diablo saved Adams. Oh no, Dankstrom, you saved him. And Zarya with the fadeaway shot. Getting the grenade. Kobe. Stun there on the Junkrat. Gosh, those Zarya grenades. Just doing work. But, oh man, Diablo, if you didn't flip Adams there and just kept body blocking him, you get stunned out by the Immortal. And, good things happen for your team. A little bit of a misplay. A little bit of a misplay. Otherwise, though, just a game. Twin Blades of Fury variant. I just caught that. Wow. So that one's gonna be kind of crazy. On the other side, though, going with shield barrier, speed barrier, so going with the speed increase. That's actually really insane. Speed barrier on Garrosh is actually insane. Like, I forget how insane that combo is. Stepping up now. Here comes the speed barrier. Doesn't get a flip. Gets slowed now by the towers. Having to back up. There's no Zarya shield, and so you can go all you want, but you ate a lot of tower damage. Things are not looking good. Now Yatoya gonna look potential gank here onto Valise. A lot of resources being committed to this, but Varian gonna start the siege camp. Zarya though gonna step up. They're gonna just trade out structures. Siege camps on both sides. This does favor Stepdads as they will get level 10s first. Feel the heat, Hanzo just nuking this. Fort down. We're just getting started here. Oh, Junkrat was actually taking shots there for a second. A little bit awkward. I've been in that position. You're like, why me? But now, I mean, this is just going to be a straight race. And again, when you're into a field of heat Zarya, this is not a race you win. But here comes a rotation. They're backing up. Fort traded out. But level 10's much, much closer here for the side of Stepdads. Is Dankstrom going to go in for this? His team is not there. Now they're here. Gets to separate onto Adams, but Dankstrom getting deleted pretty quickly. Down to the top 600 health. There's a stun. Grenade coming in, but now Adams actually getting Junkrat tired away. Indomitable coming out. Now there's a stun on the Atolia, flipping him into that little crevice there. And there's the shield to survive. Well played. Just right in the corner pocket. Sonya now with free burn onto this Immortal with that Wrath Berserker. 10's coming in. It is Wrath, it is Expulsion, it is Warlord Challenge, Dragon's Arrow, and Cleansing Flame. Gotta be careful with the Dragon's Arrow and the Expulsion, as you can get value potentially in similar situations. Dragon's Arrow, you want to look for a lot of people going through Choke Point. Expulsion, just one person. Either way. Feel the heat going to allow this to be burned pretty quick. And down goes the Angel. This is going to be a 100-0 Immortal. Here in the bot lane with a Zarya. It's going to be interesting, folks. Expulsion Zone could get a lot of value. Got to be really careful with your positioning here, Dendy. That Expulsion Zone lands behind you. In between, like, if an Expulsion Zone lands here soon, Dendy could be in trouble. Kind of want to see Bacon go for it. No, they're going to back off. Level 10's coming in. But it's going to be a long rotation back. Here it is. Atolia is going to back as well. It's going to be Riptire, Massive Shove, Wave of Force, Shield Wall, and APOC. Ooh, Sonya getting jumped over the wall by the Junkrat tire. Alex Strauss are trying to go for the heal, but there's the silence. And down goes Sonya. Cleansing Flame just going to try to peel the team out at this point. Getting the heals out onto Bacon. But now Alex Strauss are going to drop way into the back. That is going to be a kill onto Zarya there. Meanwhile, though, this Immortal still on the keep. Going to get quite a bit of value. That was a good defense there. On the side of Trump. Getting a couple of kills. Doing good things with him. Actually 3 kills. Off the Junkrat Riptire, or the Junkrat Mine and the Riptire. Just creating a lot of opportunities there. Trump's still in this game. In it they are. Sonya grabbing an early Bruiser camp. Meanwhile, push in here onto the bottom. With the Siege. Khazra camp moving up. Summoner camp, I should say, moving up. Khazra camp now in the lane. Top, though, going to be cleared up here by Li Ming, including Summoner camp. 13's going to be grabbed a little bit earlier here on the side of Stepdads. They are pushing up. They could try to force this. They have 13's now. Do they have their ults? Cleansing Flame is now up, but they're going to see the defense. They're going to know everyone's here. I think they're just trying to keep the attention while the Summoner camp pushes up. I think that's the goal. And if they see Junkrat, then they'll push in and take Keith. This is a very good play by Stepdads if they pull this off. Junkrat is visible top. Stun there. They are committing to it. And Junkrat gets the Summoner camp without really any drama. Adam's gonna get dismounted. Nope, he's gonna be fine. But now, call pings up here. These are the defensive Angel positions. Forces the engagement. So we'll see who gets the better team fight off here. Minions getting cleared up on the back. Zerion going to go and get some degree of that soak. Once they see Zarian, you might see a push-up. One thing this Junkrat has shown on the map, and we haven't really seen huge aggression while that's been happening. And I think it's just that poke of Li Ming kind of scares them a bit. But they have the Zarya, and this is the problem, is when you have this Zarya, these team fights get pretty tricky, and wow, that is going to be Garrosh and Sonya just going down. Just no saving them. I mean, that was utterly brutal, and this is, you know, if you go with that Zarya, you really need to get kind of that early keep. That's kind of the goal. They got a lot of early keep pressure, but they didn't get a keep. Which means they don't have kind of the we'll stall you until we win condition on these fights right now. And now they're going to face a pretty damned healthy Immortal up in the top lane. And it's getting to the point where this Immortal definitely threatens keep. I mean, the fort is a goner. Fort's gone. 100%. Is this going to be a 5-man push? It is, indeed. So, not even going to put any attention bot. They want to get keep. They know this is the chance to do it. Got to be careful, though. Don't want to push up too far ahead of the Immortal. Got to avoid Adams throwing you. Adams stepping up once again. There's the charge with the barrier. Junkrat, the Junkrat concussion mines have actually set up so many good engaged situations. Trying to get onto Diablo. There's the taunt, but here's a big AoE stun. Bacon gonna get hit by the Riptire. There's the silence root combo onto the Garrosh. Shield gonna come in. Indomitable Knight. Ooh, good stun there. There's a 4-man stun there. And Adams gonna be able to get away. Doc Holly very, very low. Bacon stepping up. Gonna eat the stun there. Had the unstoppable, so actually doesn't eat the stun, but Zarya got rooted. Stayed up a little bit too long. Stukov just landed that root combo, and that's a feels bad man. They still might be able to save their keep nonetheless. And there is enough pressure bot that Junkrat had to back. So the keep is saved. We're at the point in the game that Zarya just starts not making that much of an impact in these fights. And once you get 16 with Gain Train, it can get a bit better. But right now, at this moment, it hasn't really been working. See if they can adjust. I'm gonna push up top with 5. Their siege wall's their keep wall's healthy for this Khazra camp. They're gonna take siege top, get some double push going. I mean, they could try to race. They'd be racing Twin Blades Varian, though. No, they are going to back. They're just... At least they're forcing a response. Gives them time to get 16. Once they have 16, they have Game Train. That's going to help Zarya's viability a lot. But that Stugov root combo has already done quite a bit of work. Certainly secured that kill onto Zarya. Zarya thought she was completely safe. She was not. Cue the Jaws music. Just when you thought it was safe to walk back into your keep. Garrosh gonna spot this rotation. Flipping Diablo away. Not really the ideal target. Here comes a big Riptire. Silence is there. Root combo hit onto Zarya. Dragon's Arrow is a swing and a miss. Manages to juke the Riptire there. Cleansing Flame. Potentially gonna save Feliz. No. Cleansing Flame. Not enough healing. Now Adam's on the wrong side again. And this triple warrior comp is just not paying dividends. And now Alex, it'll be a miracle she gets away. Nope, there it is. Man, Sven's root combos have been so on point. That is not easy, folks. I know Sven's making it look easy. The only one that was easy, the only one of those root combos that was easy, was the one on Zarya, and it was because she was standing there thinking she was safe. You know, just kind of forgot it existed. The other root combos, they're not easy to hit, folks. It's a very hard skill shot to land the W. To then get the root off requires just trust and throwing the E, so you really got to manage cooldowns, play patient, and Sven's putting on a clinic right now. Really good root combos there. Sven's getting it done. And if they win this game, which they're on their path now to do, it's going to have a lot to do with that. Top camp being cleared up. Immortal race happening, but this is definitely Trump's to lose. And they don't lose it. But this is a much less healthy Immortal than they would have hoped. It will go to bot lane, where the keep wall, still pretty healthy, 1 tower down. But yeah, man, it's just, what a cleansing shield out of Zarya over the game train. I mean, I can respect it, they kind of need the cleanse, but keep in mind, it removes an ability, it does not... Ooh. They get the first kill, and then they immediately lose 2, 3... Boy. I mean, just the damage that's been coming out of this Riptire has been so massive. Now Adam's getting stunned out. He's going to go down, and Trump is going to take this game and draw up the series here. Really good game plan from them. A little bit of struggles in the early, as you're often going to do with the Zarya, but Zarya was just getting blown up too fast. Li Ming landing good combos. Junkrat play was exceptional. Take a look at those damage numbers. Both of them just absolutely chunking out the damage here. Alex not able to keep up. Whereas Stukov was able to keep up with the damage. Stukov healed over 50% of the damage that was put out by the side of Stepdads. And that's exceptional play. Sven Stukov is absolutely MVP of that game. It's not even close. But with that, we're going to see if we can get a couple members of Trump in for a post-game interview. We'll be right back. Stay tuned here to the Nexus Gaming Series for the night wrap-up. Alright, welcome back everyone. I am joined by 2 members of the team that just won that last game, the real Ultimate Mosh Pit. It's going to be Dendy Smasher and Zarian. How you guys feeling after that second game? Oh, you're feeling, your phone's blowing up. Everyone's hearing the big news. Congrats, man.
Yeah, thank you. It was a good game. I thought both teams played pretty well in each game. It could have gone either way, I felt like, both games.
So let's start with game number 1, just because it came first, even though it's probably not going to be as pleasant a topic. You guys were able to, you lost the first 2 tributes, but you were able to get the next 2 off a couple pickoffs, and then from there you lost kind of the next 4 tributes, turned into double curse. What do you think happened there, and what adjustment do you think you maybe could have made, whether that's in draft and shot calling, whatever, to have prevented it?
I think they just executed their comp really well, like with the blow up double taunt into the Jaina combo. They just deleted one person
Mm.
as soon as they got one of us. I don't know about maybe could have changed the Sonya alt instead of Leap, maybe taking Wrath there. And
Right.
try and poke the Garrosh more, because there was lots of fights where the Garrosh was really low, but the Sonya would leap in behind, and with the call from ETC that he was stage diving in, but the difference in the timing on it a couple times
Right.
didn't work out, and the Sonya just couldn't do anything. She just got deleted.
Right.
I know I got caught once, and same thing. Like as soon as you got thrown in there, you were dead. It didn't matter who it was.
Yeah, they did a really good job that game. It's with Varian and Jaina, it's pretty straightforward, and it really focuses all of their damage on whoever the taunt target is. So I thought they did a really good job of punishing our oversteps, and really just we had some bad timing on some deaths that really swayed the curses. I felt like so we did okay in a couple of team fights, but none of the really important ones that are at curse point or anything like that. So.
Right. All right.
Also, I missed a lot of
Okay.
arrows too. I was trying to set up arrow into Mosh Pit, and it was tricky as I felt like I would hit Garrosh, or if I aimed for their back line, they would sidestep it pretty well. It was a little frustrating, but they did, they played it well. That's all for them.
So, looking now at game number 2, in draft, you guys picked a variant and it went Twin Blades. So tell me about that. Is that just kind of unique to get just more burn on this map?
It's definitely a map-specific pick. It helps. We've tested out in scrims. Varian can really shred through the mortal there, and then also it's good into Sonya. Twin Blades Varian does pretty well into her in the solo lane as well. So he's just played it well, and so.
All right. So then you saw them drafting the triple warrior there. Zarya last pick was definitely a curveball, I thought. I guess with that in mind, what was your goal in the engagements? Because whatever you were doing clearly started to work after the midway point.
I think we were just trying to like poke, and as soon as somebody stepped up and we got the opportunity, just try and take advantage of that. There was a couple fights early where the Diablo won in and then got thrown. But once we kind of straightened that out and we got some poke in, then it seemed to work really well. We just had a lot of displacement with the Junkrat as well. And then
I was going to say, Zaren's being a little modest. I really think the play that turned the game was when he knocked the Sonya over the wall when we were defending. Right. And
that was a huge play. Yeah.
That and then Sven on the Stukov landed a couple of clutch roots when people were stuck in the silence that just allowed for easy deletions. And,
I was actually going to comment on that. So Sven landed 3 huge roots. So at one point, Zarya steps up with the Field of Heat to burn the Immortal, thinking she's behind the wall and safe. And just like cue the Jaws theme, there comes the root, and she gets killed off that. Then there was an engagement on bottom where he manages to get the root to force the engage. Then he gets the root on the fleeing Alex Strauss. I think he had like 4 roots that resulted in kills. At least 3, but I think 4 that game. It was very impressive play on Stukov.
Yeah, Sven plays Stukov really well, and Stukov's in a really strong place right now. Right. So he's pretty effective, especially Triple Warrior into Stukov. That had to be hell for them, I was assuming.
Yeah, it was a lot of sustained damage. And that's exactly what Stukov likes. I mean, doing just some quick math. I didn't break out a calculator or anything, but if I'm adding up the numbers right, it looks like Stukov healed for over half the damage they put out. Half the hero damage. It's not counting damage from, Siege or anything like that, but over half the hero damage. So Sven played extremely well in that game, I thought.
Yeah, definitely.
All right, well, with that, thanks for letting me cast. Any shout-outs?
Shout out to our team, and it's happened to us a couple times now where we didn't play optimally in our first game of the set, but we always come back together, so that's really positive. And we did play 2 sets tonight, so we had to play 4 games, and losing that first one here was a little bit frustrating for us, but I think we pulled it together pretty well in game number 2.
I just want to give a shout out to the whole Nexus gaming series, everybody who contributes and puts into it, because it's a lot of fun. I know we're not pros, and obviously, but it still makes for a much more enjoyable experience than just solo queuing Hero League all night.
Well, on that note, let me give some shout outs of my own. I am casting for the Nexus Gaming Series, nexusgamingseries.com. Check it out. Get into the Discord. We're about halfway through the regular season of Season 4. It's crazy to think this has been going on as long as it has, but here we are. I've remembered when this first was Season 1, we only had something like 30 teams in the league. Now we're over 110. Likely going to have even more for Season 5, so if you want to get involved in that, get involved now. nexusgamingseries.com. You can get into the Discord. Start recruiting for a team now. Look to be a sub for an existing team. Look to get onto a roster. All those options available to you. Further, you can follow me here, twitch.tv/dbsmiley. Follow me on Twitter, twitter.com/deathbysmiley if you want to see me tweet about HGC once a blue moon. Or tweet about how much Drake memes, or the fact that Drake memes do better on Reddit than like actual research data. That was my complaint this morning. Anyway, off topic, rambling. I do have a sub button, but I encourage, if you want to financially support what I do, financially support Nexus Gaming Series via their Patreon rather than me personally. So check that out. I believe once we get up to 75, we're going to have a podcast. So that'll be a lot of fun. So you can start getting involved now. Thanks for watching, everyone. Take care. Have a great night. Here in a bit, I will kick over a host to someone who's live. Bear with me while I figure out who that is. Thanks again for watching. Have a great night, everyone.